Welcome on in, everybody, to the final game of Tactician's Crown 3. I'm so glad to be joined by Riley and Protroid here for the final game.
Yeah, honestly, this is a really fun time to be a part of TFT. It's great to play on these LAN events. It's even better to commentate them, honestly. Of course, we're a little bit biased, I think, in that regard.
Yeah,
but it's been a great day.
Having played and now commentated them,
Yeah,
both are fun. I'll say that,
TC1 crown winner right over here to my left at the very least. On top of the two, we have the TC2 winner in the next lobby that we're going into. So it's going to be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, as we see the scoreboard now up there, we have our final 8 up there. Ramkev, GB Spartan, same person, at the top of the list. The only out of the Tri-State representatives, so personally, I'm rooting for them.
And I'm not.
Well, that makes sense.
But yeah, you look down the rest of the lobby. It actually is all New Yorkers besides Ramkev, as we mentioned, and Tay, who's from Philly. So it's not just Tri-State representation. It's basically Ramkev and Tay versus New York.
At some point, New Jersey is going to find its champion. We weren't quite able to get it this time. Pizanka is a New Jersey player. They just weren't able to make it on the tiebreaker, unfortunately. But that's just the way it's going to go as we go. But no, I completely agree. VOIDS1N, like I said, was our TC2 winner. Bossoskills, also from New York, came in strong today coming to the final lobby. The thing that I'm really watching, though, is the fact that the points didn't reset as we came into here. We still had all those cushions coming in. And so as a result, if you are Ramkev right now, you're feeling really good.
4 points above third place. So that top 2 is really good, right? Looking for that top 2. Invective, too, also has a 3-point advantage over third place. So both of those guys are kind of chilling, just hoping to get that top 4 to push them into first place.
And Invective just had a phenomenal day today. I mean, we didn't see it on broadcast, but they were the one that hit the crazy Viego 3. Yeah, exactly. For a second, I was confusing it with the set 3 that we saw in that same lobby.
Yeah.
But no, we just saw a lot of incredible stuff from all of these players. I really wish we are able to see all those perspectives on streams. If you want to check out their own streams, they should have been showing off stuff for the day as well. So when you're done watching us, watch some of those VODs.
Yeah, I was talking to Invective earlier, actually, and he said he hasn't played the set for like a month or so.
Oh, well, that just makes me feel bad. Don't do that to me.
This is how it goes. You just don't play TFT, and you get the buff going into tournaments.
And that's something we talked about at the start of the day, right? Like, we weren't sure how many people were still playing this set and how many have migrated over to 8.5. I didn't make the calculation of people that just haven't been playing for a month. So that kind of messes with everything that I've been talking about.
What do we call in the TFT community? The Valorant buff?
Oh,
Valorant buff. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everyone before Worlds is just playing Valorant, not prepping at all. So tip to everyone who wants to be good at TFT, especially in set 8.5, don't play it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Mort Dog, I'm sorry. If you're listening, I want people to
He's
play
still
the game.
on his 24-hour stream. We're fine.
Okay, good.
You have a good 24 hours until the VOD goes live. He's going to review that, and then he's going to come out.
Great. Sounds good. I mean, I'm just so excited. Everyone has basically stuck around here. There's still at least 40, 50 people in local host here in New Jersey. So excited to see the energy for this final match.
I want to see if we see more people in-person scouting, just generally. Because, like, again, that's one of the funniest things that you get to see at these LANs. Like, again, I was saying, you don't want to waste any of that good carpal tunnel risk that you have going on here as a pro gamer. You want to make sure you're walking around going, stretch those legs. Hey, what's everyone else doing around here? What's the strats I got to look for?
Before we get into this game, though, I want to know who you guys think is maybe not going to win the whole thing, but win this lobby.
Oh.
Riley, we'll start with you.
That's tricky. This is like double prediction. I don't know how I feel about that.
Who do you think's going to win this lobby?
I think this lobby, I'm going to call it's Pocky.
Okay.
I think Pocky, he's been such a consistent tournament player since we
This is
he
the way
started.
to start.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Forget any analysis I did on Pocky. Fawn Lobby to crown the winner of Tactician's Crown 3.
Gangly,
Let's go.
Who'd you give these eggs to, my friend?
Oh,
what
my
are
goodness.
you doing here?
This game, man. What a There's no better way than to do back-to-back games with Tactician's Crowns at the start.
So this completely warps a lot of the early game analysis that I think we were planning on talking about, just because this is such a huge tempo accelerant because you're running all these extra units. You feel pressured to level up just to try to get those even further bonuses. Bosso gets it. Nico's help. Oh, my goodness.
I don't even know what to say right now. This is absolutely insane.
You can say that. It works.
I did say that. So
there you go. You did it.
Exactly. Yeah.
You achieved it.
Oh, man. And as these early orbs are coming in, hoping for some direction, it's always a little bit awkward in these fawn lobbies especially. because you don't have these items that you so desperately need to shape your comp.
And
So it's always super interesting.
And this is kind of the problem I actually have with like the spatula opening carousels and the Tactician's crown opening carousels. You just don't have agency over what you can start, especially with the Tactician's crown openers. You only have 2 components to work with. You can't slam some kind of emblem and then you have a couple more options. You are stuck with maximum 2 components, and if you can't slam that item, you are just automatically behind in items and tempo.
Well, remember, we have seen a couple of shifts around in the item system early on. It's possible that you can get some pretty crazy starts. Now, if we were to see like a 4-item Tactician's crown start or something ridiculous like that, I don't even want to process it. That would be absolutely insane. We're obviously not going to see it this time around. It is going to be that more muted version of it. The thing I'm looking at VOIDS1N's board right now is the fact they were dropped early Sona. Early hero augment as well. This is interesting. Where are they going to go for?
All of this early power is now in this Tactician's Crown and these first 2 item components. And also, if you can find the one that you would like, Everyone Goes Boom is very, very good in the meta right now. Rolls past it, but
hits boxing lessons.
Which is just as good.
This is just the generic like 2-cost augment take. It is doing very well in the stats if you really want tactics.tools. It's just it's so flexible in the early game and in the late game, because Vi is a unit you like teching into the late game front lines anyway, giving the brawler to Sejuani, providing an extra Aegis.
And what we're looking at right now is just a ton of accelerants working off against each other, right? People are getting next unit in because of the Tactician's Crown. We see VOIDS1N leveling up to 4 to have 5 units in to try to get that maximum 9 points of damage as it goes through. It is absolutely insane.
And something to note as well is, as we see on the other side for Ricky Zigzag, he did not get the chance to slam an item. It's not something that he was able to do, and will put him way behind here in the early game with strength.
Yeah. Overall, though, just as it starts right now, and again, that level 3, like we were talking about, even though you have the extra unit, everyone has the extra unit, so it doesn't matter nearly as much.
Yeah, and like you said, he's able to slam the redemption. There's maybe a world he can greed that, but just having a tank item that early on a Renekton 2, you have the Lulu upgrade as well. You have plenty of damage in the backline. Very strong start for VOIDS1N.
And remember, it's boxing lessons too. That's a lot of extra HP. As a result, you're able to get full use out of that extra percentage healing that you're getting from that as well.
It has 3 2-stars already here at 2-2, so is really going to impact this lobby huge for VOIDS1N. Pockygom, though, on board with him now with 3 brawler here early.
And I think if I've learned anything from these scouts that we've seen, we don't really see too many crazy carry augments. I say that, I see the Renekton, by the way, immediately kind of coming through. We can see some pretty crazy compositions there. But for the most part, things are more just generally chill. We're seeing things like boxing lessons a few times. We're seeing the Lee Sin support, which is just a little bit more chill overall. So I'm not sure exactly which direction we're going to be going in for this lobby.
Cleansing Safeguard, though, is pretty broken. I believe that's what this is.
It's not as broken
Right.
as before the bug fix, but it is still really good. It's still one of those like flexible frontline options. Well, not necessarily flexible, but Lee Sin will be a unit you end up teching into the late game anyway. So it just works out. That's how you really want to play around these early hero augments. You either have some kind of 1-cost or 2-cost you can re-roll around. You have some like 1-cost you can play around early, but then you drop. But the better version of that is just having a 1 or 2-cost augment that you end up playing on your late game board anyway, so you still get the benefit of that hero augment the whole game.
Yeah, and that's why these support augments are just so strong too, right? Like usually you're trying to run that on, say for example, we're looking at the early Kale right now. If this was a Kale hero augment as a result, you can just go, hey, I just want to get that bonus attack range on my duelist composition, try to get Zed a little bit more accelerants here and there. Here, though, with the Lee Sin, that's great on brawlers. That's able to try to make sure you're able to spread out a lot of shields and things like that. That's going to be useful no matter what variation of brawler that you go.
Oh, my goodness. And Invective has the Blitz hook, so the rat has been ratted out. He does have the hook, so everyone needs to protect their carries in the corner. This will be hooking all game, so it's something everyone needs to look out for.
Especially with 4 admin gaining a lot more prominence, this is a good use out of a 1-cost augment, and when you can keep that champion the whole game. And if people aren't paying attention, they'll be paying attention for the most part. These are really good players, but one lapse in judgment, and all of a sudden you get your carry hooked out of the corner, and you just lose a fight.
And Blitzcrank is just a unit where you can put it in virtually any composition, I feel, and still be fine. The fact that we're getting more spatula here, by the way, just feels like we're just getting too much crazy stuff. Like, if you're going down a little bit, this is a good consolation prize for Ricky Zigzag. Excuse me, I'm getting too excited. In order to try to find ways to try to get back out of this, force a composition that might be a little bit weirder, like a blue buff Zoe or a Renegade.
So Mortdog definitely is watching this tourney and saying, hey, we're going to press all the buttons to make all the crazy stuff happen, right?
It's like you're in an elevator and someone like just presses every single thing and it lights
yeah,
up.
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Let me give you the 4 fun patch, just not the 4 fun patch. Here it is. We're just going to have as much fun as possible. I'm curious, though, because Invective did have a cloak on bench. If they were able to get the spatula, they would have 4 admin at 2-5.
That is absolutely terrifying. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Switching over to Ricky's perspective, though, this is the player who has been, again, falling away a little bit. I think it's because they have gone for this 1-cost carry. Renekton reroll can be absolutely terrifying. We've seen it quite a bit in a few different tournaments, both at the amateur level and at the pro scene. Usually that is a lot of Warmogs, a lot of extra HP in order to make it so that he's able to attack as fast as physically possible. But you're still sitting on a Renekton 1 right now. You don't have all these tools at your disposal. Other people just get more utility out of that support immediately.
Yeah, and he has the 4 brawler frontline. This might be one of those cases of he's just using this augment to get to the later stages of the game, and then he's gonna end up dropping it later. Honestly, on the only one Renekton, it's really hard to reroll this just because he's still on the level 4. It's pointing more for me towards he's just loose streaking, and he's maintaining that loose streak rather than he's necessarily going to reroll. If he had 3 or 4 Renektons at this point, you could go for that reroll, but you're just a little too far down in the units you need for it to be realistic.
I did want to call out on the other side, we did see Invective slamming that admin spat, so we'll have 4 admin already. Pockygom, though, does have Jax 2 already on 2-6, so that's quite scary for the rest of the lobby. I'm so curious. Hey, Invective, what's your admin?
Invective. Someone gives admin.
This is
what's his admin?
This is really like going to be maxing out the mics, by the way. Like, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, right.
What Combat start 5 AP?
Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's still going to be pretty strong, though.
Yeah, so combat start admin here being the choice for Invective. This is one of the fun parts of LAN. We just he's right there, so we just yelled at him, and we got the info we needed.
Honestly, if you can yell at players more often, I feel like TFT would be a better place.
Right? Oh, my goodness. And Ramkev definitely
Ramkev right there, yeah.
He just yells the whole time.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, exactly.
This will be really important for a lot of these players, though. VOIDS1N is on a win streak, and Philip is at 96 HP, and will take a big win here as well. So I'm curious to see if other people will continue to win streak. Ricky Zigzag, though, did take another loss. VOIDS1N did lose as well, so will not be streaking, but Pockygom will be.
Yeah, and these streaks are when things start to get really scary, right? You're able to start widening the gap, build up your economy. And granted, Ricky Zigzag is doing that right now too, right? Just in the opposite direction. They don't get any blue fire signifying it's a loss streak. However, I look at this and I go, 68 HP, that's pretty risky. But in a Tactician's Crown environment, the fact that your HP is this high in a 5-game loss streak, more power to you. That's impressive.
That's actually pretty healthy. In non-Tactician's Crown lobbies, your lose streak 5 lose streak can end up around the low 60s. In a Tactician's Crown lobby with 68, that's pretty good. And it looks like his Invective's 4 admin is going to be one of the gold generating ones. So,
oh, this is scary.
Yeah, his econ is a little bit low right now, but that admin's going to really help him out, get him to those higher tiers of economy, get that snowballing.
So are they going to do it again? Are we going to see another free star 4 cost?
I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm always down.
I sure hope so. In game number 3. In game number 3, they were 2 off Belveth 3 as well. So they have been pretty high rolling all day, and excited to see if they can continue that here in the final game of Tactician's Crown.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. One quick reminder, since all these players have gotten here at this stage, though, they're all going to walk away with the Aegon plushie at the very least.
They sure will.
Hey, that's going to be a big prize. Exactly.
It does not get distributed anymore. He ran out of them.
Yeah, exactly. So we got the last 8 in existence. I think I can say that. I don't know how hyperbole I can get without getting in trouble, but yeah, no, the last ones that were forged in the shock-filled waters of something.
Something like that.
I don't know. I think if I say it in a funny voice, I'm fine. But regardless of any of that, that's at least a prize these players can look forward to. Hot slam onto it that immediately dies, it'll get used next round.
It sure will. This board from Pockygom is very, very strong already. This Jax 2 is doing incredible amounts of damage, as well as a couple 2-star damage dealers in the back line. Looking forward to seeing if they can continue this win streak and what this board will turn into.
Overall, though, just again trying to reset things. The Warmogs was slammed on the Renekton, but again, it's still only a Renekton 1, and I don't really see too many signs of just any pairs whatsoever, right? Like, yes, you don't want to try to risk losing that loss streak, but you still want to be losing by a little bit less.
Yeah, we're going into the second hero augment. We're on board with Ramkev. Looking at maybe a potential portable forge. We did see, I think he has 7 Blitzcranks in the back.
Yeah. Come on, give us another hook.
Oh! Okay, it's probably Anima Visage. Yeah,
it is.
Anima Visage combined with the Gargoyles, combined with the Redemption, super tanky Renekton. Although, yeah, I know. Double Blitz would have been hilarious.
I mean, granted, this is Blitzcrank carry. It's not the one for the innate support that the other, I forget who's running the Blitzcrank support augment at this time because I'm just.
Invective.
Invective, yes,
yeah.
So it's not like we see 2 hooks like that. But, you know, you're looking at the purple Blitzcrank versus the green, and you're thinking, oh, I can get away with it here.
Oh my 6
God.
admin time?
He's got another admin spat. This is absolutely insane. He can reach the absolute pinnacle of this, I would say, this set. These admins are just so variable and can absolutely spike comps to the moon.
Especially since that's gold generation. That's 4 gold generation right there.
Oh
it's going to get a lot worse once the Soraka is found. Because remember, 4 was recently buffed to make it so I think it's a 40% increase, something like that. And as a result of that, that means you can get some pretty good economic power, or just power in general, off both of your levels of the trait. Now that you have the path to 6, and that's going to be completely doubled, we're going to see Invective get pretty rich.
And I really like how he's spending his gold knowing he's going to get it back. With the gold admin, he rolled down, found the LeBlanc 2, has a Zoe pair now. Once he hits that Zoe pair, he's going to be very strong.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's sacrificing a ton of interest in order to find this board strength. He's going to get that gold back through the gold admin. Very good use out of the traits on his board.
Yeah, admin at this point is just basically a trait version of Hustler for me. Is someone running Underground in a Fawn lobby?
Yeah, VOIDS1N did take Underground hard as well, has 5 Underground here at 3-3. So these boards will be so incredibly capped. I can't wait to see where this ends up.
Mortdog was listening to us. The players were listening to us, too.
Press all the buttons.
Insane.
All of the buttons, and he's healthy. He has 87 HP with 5 Underground. He's going to hit some insane Underground heist cash, presuming that the cash itself is actually good for him. Even if you hit those higher tiers, sometimes you get a cash that's not ideal for you. But he still has 5 Underground.
I mean,
it's going to be nuts.
I said it earlier today. I must say it again. I am the proud being offered guy, I guess, I don't really know quite what the term is, of a cash out that was 2 Morellos and a Sunfire. So, yeah, you can get some good stuff. You can get some abysmal stuff. So we'll have to see exactly which way it goes.
Yeah, we'll take a big loss here, though, but I believe it's 5 locks on that safe, being at 5 Underground.
Yep. There you go.
So he will continue to ramp those up incredibly fast.
We don't quite know what the level of Underground is at this point. I would imagine it's 76 HP, even with 5 Underground. You're not too deep into it yet.
It's probably 2, maybe 3. Probably 2 is my guess.
Probably 2.
Yeah.
So, like, again, we'll have to see exactly which way it goes.
Oh
but
my goodness.
Now we have 2 different kinds of economic trait going on right now.
Blitzcrank.
It's so tanky.
It's the plus 15 AD multiplied by star level. This is
another
where it comes.
spatula.
Don't you dare do this to me.
Invictive needs it. Give it to him. Give it to Invective. He will have a great time. He'll make a 3rd admin spat, I'm sure.
Who's taking it? Bosso took it.
Bosso has it. Okay, I want to know what he needs to do with it, though.
I want to see if Bosso...
Don't worry, the producers got us.
I want to see if he made a spatula item already, because if he didn't, then he has a
spatula
second
from the other one.
crown. Yeah.
Wait. Okay, yes, this is Tactician's Crown 2, but this is Tactician's Crown 3.
Tactician's Crown 3.
He needs a 3rd one.
Yeah.
We need to make this happen. Gangly, get on that.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
TC2.
double tack crown.
It's TC2 at TC3.
Yeah.
8 units at level 6. You know, your standard 3-5 board.
Yeah. You may not like it, but this is what peak TFT looks like.
I don't even know. And he's also got this Prankster crown. So this board is just going to be absolutely insane. I'm sure he'll have 3 Prankster throughout the game and just spike this board so incredibly high into this late game. It's going to be one of the craziest boards I've ever seen.
The Prankster thing's another really important point, too, because like when you have 8 units, that's a lot of stall just overall. And the fact that you have Prankster coming in to not just give you the dummies that are going to stall you further, but also the stuns, all that works great.
Ooh, but Reign of Anger now has scoped weapons, so this Renekton will be a lot scarier, able to do the damage from the back line. I mean, it's going to be insane. This lobby is absolutely crazy. There's no better way to finish off this tournament.
This might be a transition to the Jax angle, though. The scoped weapons generally is a very good Jax augment. It frees up an item slot that he'd normally be spending on a rapid-fire cannon, and you can you basically have a 4-item Jax. Plus, you don't need to fish for 2 bows to waste on a rapid fire cannon where you can use them for Ginsu's Rage Blade. The Titan's Resolve that's been slammed here.
Yeah.
So that might be an angle. He saw that he didn't have quite enough Renekton's to reroll, so he's just going to use that to get the Jax.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you don't have a ton of Renektives here. It's really time to cut the cord. Just say, listen, I'll stay at the Renekton too, especially because if you are backlining him, yes, you're going to get that bonus attack range, but at the same time, remember, the way that Reign of Anger works, that every 100 HP you lose, you're attacking faster. You're in the backline. You're more protected. You're not losing HP. You're going to stay a little bit more consistent.
And we're now on board with VOIDS1N, and I can't wait to see where he takes this. Will he take it to Heist 6? Heist 7,
please.
Possibly. What is the gold value on that's like 200 something?
Something
so
ridiculous.
It's just like an instant win if you can actually like use that gold properly.
And they recently buffed the value of the cash outs at the higher levels.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be nuts.
And again, this is a tale of 2 different econ traits at this point, because admin right now is effectively an econ trait for Invective. And as a result of that, we're seeing the drip feed kind of augment that was popularized a bit through a lot of the designs in the Dragonlands. And now that we're over here in more Monsters Attack, we're seeing that still carrying on through admin, while we have the more traditional Underground Fortune, whatever you so wish to call it in format, also running, competing to it. So I'm curious how those 2 players are going to finish relative to each other.
Yeah, we do see Tay has a Misfortune already with a Sojin and a Jewel Gauntlet, so that would be very, very strong. But I believe they did take Predatory Precision or Zoomies, one of the Yuumi augments there at 2-1. So curious to see their board and see what's happening there if we have their stream.
Meanwhile, back with Pockygom, who is also a Jax player, so it might be a bit of a contest between Pocky and between Ricky Zigzag for the Jax. But Pocky has 5 Jaxes already. We actually hit Jax 2 on, I believe, 2-2 or 2-3.
Yeah,
so he had them a while ago.
We've heard Ramkev say this basically every game that they've been given the option to. Me mech, me no pivot, basically over and over again. That huge refrain we've heard all the way back from set 3. You get that so you get that Jax early, you are really considering that.
I mean, it's shown today to be so consistent for a lot of these players. And it also showed it in Golden Spatula Cup that we were watching earlier. It's very consistent, especially if you can hit Battle Mage, especially if you can hit the Riven in the Jax 3. It can win lobbies.
Definitely. And we're seeing more admin, by the way, being explored by a few other
What is
people.
board?
Yeah, actually, what's
Yuumi
going on?
3, or Yuumi 3, Lulu 3, close, 1 off, Blitzcrank 3, I don't know.
This is, I think, again, one of those situations where you're just buying a bunch of individual units and hoping that their sum is greater than their parts. But at the same time, I don't really know how high you're going to get there.
This is a perfect example of hold up, let them cook. Because
I guess.
who knows what this is, but just hold up, let them cook.
Okay. How about this? Ramkev, I'm going to give you 1 stage. We'll check back in at 5-1. We'll see how you're doing. I'm curious to find out, and who knows, this last augment round that we're going to be getting here for 2 could be a big difference maker for them.
I mean, this Blitzcrank, though, is so incredibly tanky. It was not dying whatsoever.
The Jax is just going to be whack. And it's going to go down. Is it going to go down eventually? Hold up.
Wait a second.
It has to die eventually, right? It's overtime?
No.
Right?
See?
Someday.
No.
What?
Someday.
The world. That's not even Blitzcrank 3. This Pockygom guy is going to...
I'm sorry, I almost fell out of my chair. I didn't expect that. Oh my goodness.
We do have another gold augment being the choice here. Sadly, it is not a prismatic augment, but we do see scoped weapons coming in here for Pockygom.
More scoped Jax.
Hey, they're contesting each other even harder right now. I appreciate your efforts to try to bring us back to a more neutral commentary stance following what we just saw. But I want to take another moment to just fully understand the fact that was still a Blitzcrank 2. It wasn't fully statted out just yet, and we're so close to that Blitz 3, so I think we're going to see some pretty nutty stuff. They can cook all they want.
They're cooking, and it's being successful so far.
Yeah, we're going back to VOIDS1N, who's still stacking the Undergrounds. It doesn't look like he cashed out yet.
Not yet, but they're looking to cash out soon, right? They've moved down to the 4 Underground. You don't need to run as many of them when you just feel like, hey, I'm going to get a loss here. What's the difference between, say, at this point, a 3 loss, which is going to get me there, and a 5 that's going to overcommit me?
Yeah, Blitzcrank 3 is found now for Ramkev on the other side, who is GB Spartan, by the way, just to clarify for everyone watching.
That's Leona, though. That's a lot of true damage.
That is a lot of true damage coming through, but with healing and now first aid kit as well, will it go down? I mean, eventually, it's over at 5,000 HP. Maybe it'll go down. This is hilarious. Sadly, this Lulu doesn't do enough damage.
Yeah, we have to go check out, I think, VOIDS1N's perspective, like, as soon as it's done, because, again, I think that's the cash out. No, they're one off. They didn't expect the win.
Yeah.
Oh, that is rough. We need to stay on here until this cash out, though, because I'm expecting that's coming.
Which is okay, because 4-5 is around when everyone's trying to power spike anyway, and
this opens up to take out more underground.
And the win, you just save HP.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So it's now taking out to 3 underground because obviously it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. He wants to cash out here. He can't wait much longer, so needs to cash out here, deciding what he's going to slot in to make the strongest board he can to possibly steal this win.
Yeah, Samira, discount Samira. Which way is the dice going to land on this side? Again, I feel like we've been seeing a lot more interesting Samira plays through the course of this patch just because hero augments more of the Belveth plays, just because hero augments for Belveth have gone a little bit more accessible through this patch, so we have seen a little bit more of a coming into her own, I suppose.
And this Leona is trying its best to do a bunch of work, but it won't be able to take the win here. So he will take a loss, will be 12 out of 10. This will be the cash out here for VOIDS1N, I would imagine.
Yeah, and we get to honestly, VOIDS1N knows what we want. We got to stay on their perspective because we need to see this cash out, but we also need to see what's going on with this Blitzcrank at all times. You can't see it, but there is a small crowd forming behind them right now of everyone just watching this fight going.
The Blitzcrank just whacking at people, never dying. It's just going to force so many ties, but it's also taking out units.
Gosh.
Oh,
this is crazy.
I need some math really quickly. I'm not going to do this myself. Again, it was a 15 AD buff on Blitzcrank, multiplied by like 0.8 times 1.8 each time, I guess, for 2 to start a 3-star. How much extra AD does this Blitzcrank have? Doesn't matter.
Every buff matters.
I know.
And it's
Who's
extra
balancing
damage.
this game, man?
Yeah.
No one's balancing this Blitzcrank unit. Oh my goodness! And it's just going to continue to get more insane. And the cash out will come here for VOIDS1N. So in 5 seconds, I'm so excited. What cash out do you think this is? 4 or 5? 4?
At least 5.
At least 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting 5 around for a loss.
We're going to find out right now. Oh, that's
1
a 5.
component, 1 tome, 1 component, and 4 gold. It's got to be 4.
That's got to be around the 4, yeah.
Okay, and he's going to roll it all down here with this gold to try and put something really, really good together if possible.
Yeah, so far nothing really coming through, though. They do have the tome. That can give them a little bit of extra direction. And honestly, we could see something crazy like a 5 Aegis, but that's only going to matter if the lobby goes even further towards magic damage.
Fountain Aphelios sold as Samira, so won't be running the 2 sure shot here, but I imagine that's what they would.
You want to stay in underground?
No. There's no way.
Just keep going. Just keep going. Surely.
Oxforce not bad, giving that Belveth extra attack speed and a little bit of bonus survivability when she is dashing around as much as she is. Plus the Bloodthirster, yeah, she's going to be more than fine even when she ends up in this backline like has happened. And that's not like the big crazy like insane cash out. That's an automatic first. But from 27 HP, with that extra bonus power, as long as VOIDS1N can hit this Belveth too, they've got to be super comfortable.
And remember, everyone, this is the last time you're going to see an Oxforce that's exactly like this, because Oxforce in the mid set is being transitioned away from that bonus attack speed in order to favor for more resistances. So this has been an amazing, I feel like, flex option for a lot of different AD carries, just being able to gain that extra attack speed that people just think as an afterthought for Oxforce and really take it into their own. Belveth, having it on this set is going to be very useful in the meantime.
And right now it is do or die for VOIDS1N, the Tactician's Crown 2 champion, now staring down in 8th place even after this cash out. Does have an Echo 2 in shot, but his 14 HP is in danger of going out here.
Yeah, if he wants to sell the Aphelios, he can take the Echo 2, and yeah, he is going to end up doing that. Finds another Aphelios immediately. Hey, same one. Same one. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling, just generally, like, you miss over the unit, you sell the unit after you get it, and oh my goodness, what?
And Ricky Zigzag is now meching this Jax with this scoped weapons and also still carrying this Renekton. So he has dual carry scoped weapons here. It seems to be winning him some rounds as he's at the top of the lobby, but it will not take a win off of VOIDS1N here, I don't imagine, but I've seen crazier things happen. Leona, though, will cast onto this mech, so will take a lot of damage there. I imagine that will end the
Reign of Terror.
Yeah, the Reign of Terror. Oh,
yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting you.
Look at you. That
Listen,
was good.
I have been supporting you in many ways for your casting career, both as your color commentator and as a mentor. So I feel like I'm here wherever I can be.
That was.
But
yeah,
regardless, I agree. This Leona.
I'm just here.
yeah. And here in great capacity too. This has been an exciting game to watch. Another thing that I really do have to cover as soon as possible, though, is the fact that we have been seeing these two different economic styles. VOIDS1N, again, was going for the underground, did hit the cash out. The other one, though, was Invective, who, again, was going for that drip feed. Now they're looking in like they're in a rough position.
Yeah, I wonder if they were able to hit that six admin that they were looking for. It looked like they took them a very, very long time. Yeah, we're on board with them now. They don't have 6 admin in, just rolling with the 4 admin with the 2 different spats.
And about to go to level 8 as well. Maybe trying to find a third LeBlanc item. Has a rod.
Oh, there's...
Huh?
Oh, what?
I was going to say, we could have seen the slamming of the Archangels. That gives you a little bit of an earlier cast and a lot of extra damage scaling over time.
Okay.
So that
had to have been a mechanical misplay.
No. He's going for the Spark and the anti-heal
or
here.
Or the Spark Sunfire,
Yeah, Spark Sunfire coming through.
Okay.
I think a lot of the problem here for Invective is he's playing down items. He has these admin spats, but it's taking up 2 components and a carousel item. So really playing down a few items. So you look at the board and you're like, oh, that's not that great, but 6 admin is great.
On the bright side, we'll see a lot of gold pop right now, probably, right?
Yeah, this is a 1st or 8th play here
That's
for
okay.
sure. Yeah, it's pretty good. And I'm not sure it's going to be enough, though. I can see him dropping out here, sadly.
Yeah, just a 2-item LeBlanc. Generally, you're trying to get for the 3-item carries just because of how much the items multiply with each other in power. So I'm just not sure this LeBlanc has enough damage to actually carry.
It is Giant Slayer.
It's enough against Ricky Zigzag, the Giant Slayer being great bonus damage against these high health brawlers. Although this Jax, they tore through the front line.
Oh, yes, overtime absolutely clutch there for Invictive, able to steal a win here. And so this lobby is going to be incredibly close from 23 to 5. Yeah, everyone is within striking distance, basically. If you take a bad loss, you could drop out here.
But Philip, right now, 52 HP. So they're sitting pretty at the top of all of this.
Pretty. That was good, too. I liked that. Yeah, they are sitting pretty at the top at 52, able to have that health threshold that they so desperately need.
Yeah, and so we saw Ricky Zigzag give up on the Jax 3. He knows he's getting contested by Pocky. He's just trying to find Riven 3. He has 7 Rivens, just trying to hang on to this at the 12 HP. But not quite able to find what he needs. Gonna go against Bossoskills, who is a level 7, has found a Nunu that has triple items. So just a Nunu one, just the MF1 for Bosso. Even with the double Tactician's crown, still not great unit quality for him right now.
Triple items, no gadgetine, so there's not going to be any bonus resistances keeping this Nunu alive that little bit longer. It is Jax versus the world, though, in a great capacity here. So there's Renekton friend, by the way, over here. I forgot that.
Old MF tearing through the Jax, and with the ace proc getting down that last little bit of health.
Oh, Renekton carries got. Oh, never mind.
Wow. Is that going to be it? He's dead.
Oh, Ricky Zigzag does drop out there, and it looks like it will be in 8th place for them. There's one fight still going on between Ramkev, who I'm sure is about to tie this matchup, as he always does. Yeah, there's another tie. Oh. This guy's going to tie out and go bot 4. That's going to be so sad if that happens.
3 players at single-digit HP. Tay on 12, potentially also on 1 life. Invective and Ramkev are the 2 who are out in that 3 and 4 point lead. If they bought 4 here, that could blow this wide open for someone who is in that 30-point clump to take this tourney.
It is entirely possible, too. We can know the top 4 after this next round, right? We are looking at the potential of all this stuff beginning to reveal itself.
And now on board with Ramkev. Will he tie and lose out of this tournament, or will he take a win?
Oh, it's
going to be
VOIDS1N.
so fun. And it's against VOIDS1N as well, so who is our underground player. Will this be enough, this underground cash out versus this crazy 1-star reroll board? This Blitzcrank is taking 0 damage. Nothing is happening to that health bar whatsoever, just healing every little bit of HP. The Lulu is trying its best to do some damage, deleting 1 unit at a time, but Belveth can't do anything. Can't get through this unit whatsoever. This Lulu continues to cast, will take down the Zac now, but there's too many units. I'm not sure this Lulu is going to be able to cast enough to get through this round. I think we're going to see another tie unless this Leona can make it through.
It's a lot of bonus
true
damage,
it's so much true damage. It's not going to be enough. Invictive does drop out there in 7th, but I believe Pocky will, I'm sorry, this Ramkev will also drop out here. Oh, he does.
Oh, and Invective goes out. That's a 6th and a 7th. So, yeah, that blows this wide open.
Yeah, so our first place player going into this game just went 6th.
Yeah.
Our second place player just went 7th. So Bosso, Tay, VOIDS1N, and Philip all have a chance here.
And we were talking about that 3 to 4 point cushion. That's kind of out the window if you finish at that level. Just because, remember, we're doing inverse points. You can finish first, you get 8 points. You finish 8, you get 1. As a result of that, that's going to be completely thrown away if, say, for example, Bossoskills is able to get top 2.
Yeah, and Bossoskills is on a win streak, so it looks good for them.
So, and it looks like Ramkev is at 37 points, and that is the score to beat right now. So if Bosso, Pockygom, or Tay take a first in this lobby, Bossoskills hitting the Riven 3, if one of them get first, they win Tactician's crown outright. We don't need to worry about tiebreakers.
I do want to talk about Philip really quickly here, who was playing a very strong mid game off the back of this 8 duelist. At this point, they were coming into this lobby at the very end of things. As a result, though, they are now looking to see if they can try to get every little bit of scores and pointing they can moving forward.
And the prize pool is not small, so every placement will matter. And, you know, everyone wants an Aegon plushie, so that's what will be happening after this. This Riven 3 on the other side, though, for Bossoskills is going to be quite scary to this whole lobby. Playing 9 units on level 7, really, absolutely rolling this board from Philip. He'll take a massive hit here. He won't quite drop out, but will be down at 10 HP. VOIDS1N, though, will take a round win versus Tay, and so Tay will drop out well, and Pockygom will also drop to 1 life.
Bosso putting himself in a great position to win this whole thing, 23 HP. He is the last one not on 1 life on a win streak, a super strong Riven 3 board. Doesn't even need the upgraded backline carry. The MF1 doing more than enough work. So it's looking really good for him. The double Tactician's crown making up for him being down a level.
And I don't want to hear anyone talk about best in slot items on this Misfortune really quickly. Yes, this is not what you think of when you think I need to itemize my MF, but everything achieves the goals that you want, right? I.e. for the crit, you have Giant Slayer for the extra damage, and on top of that too, the Ginsu's is giving more attack speed and thus more mana generation.
Will the Underground Gamer beat the double Tactician's crown gamer here? Will that VOIDS1N be able to take a spot at getting this last shot at getting the crown again? The Tactician's 2 crown champion is fighting against this win streaker of Bossoskills here. This Misfortune is still untouched, but now that the Belveth is on there, it could be disaster here for Bossoskills. But Riven 3 is so tanky. It's doing so much damage and taking so much.
Oh my
this
god.
Is absolutely insane. Bossoskills will be continuing to take the win. No?
That's it! Oh my god, it's Bossoskills versus Pockygom for the championship. They're both at 30 points. Whoever wins this 1v1 wins TC3.
And Bossoskills has the advantage really quickly. Again, they're win streaking. It could be coming down to Zac items or any other things happening. We talked about this being Tri-State versus the world. It's happening right now.
It sure is. Tri-State versus the world. Man, this board, both of these boards, this whole game has been absolutely insane. It will be ending here at 6-1, I believe, which is also the shortest game we've played today. You know, Tactician's crown starts to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Pocky on the 1 life. Bosso should be on 2 lives, so Pocky does have to take 2 wins off him here in order to take this championship. But if Pocky can hit the Jax 3, that might be enough.
That could be enough here.
I don't know, though.
I don't know if it'll be able to take down that really strong Riven.
I mean, that was a close enough fight, I suppose. I hear people freaking out right now. That's going to be a sign.
Aurelion Sol and Jax coming through here. Oh, no. This is going to come down to the wire.
Now, remember, this is 6-1, not 7-1. At 23 HP, you do win. Even if you lose badly, you still are probably going to have just enough HP to keep going. So it is still 2 lives. So that could be enough time for Bosso to figure something out.
Bosso actually is opting not to go level 8 here, even though he does have the gold 2. He knows he is on he's on 2 lives, and maybe just that little bit of extra gold can potentially get him an MF2. So he's not going to go for that right now. But the Jax 3 whittling away at the Sejuani.
Yeah, the Jax is now tearing through the front line and doing incredible amounts of damage. Will be able to survive here through that first Misfortune cast. Now onto the Riven, who is now looking pretty unhealthy and will go down here. So Pockygom is looking quite good to take this round win here.
That was a really good Misfortune ult right to the face of Jax. 8 HP left. It's 8 versus 8 right now. Oh my goodness, let's have to see what Bosso's doing. They're going to 8. They're trying to find any kind of buff whatsoever. One away from the MF2. Are they going to be able to hit it? I don't think so.
No, but getting this extra level for the set-in could actually be crucial. You get the defender bonus on the Riven, which, yes, the extra AD isn't a lot, but across the whole team, and considering the Belveth and how much the Jax is auto-attacking, it's not insignificant.
Yeah, but you have to remember, at the end of the day, you are still talking about armor bonuses in a composition where the Jax is doing AP bonus damage because of his ability.
And this will be the last fight of Tactician's Crown 3. Who will be the champion? Will it be Pockygom or Bossoskills? Coming down to the wire here. This Jax is now tearing through his front line onto the Riven earlier than last time. Now that it's stunned up, it will be falling down here shortly, but we'll get one more cast off, but it's not going to be enough. We do have our champion of Tactician's Crown 3. It will be Pockygom with his Jax 3 taking the win here. Wow, what a fantastic last game.
Pockygom just absolutely flexing. This man we know him for being so good in tournaments. He has been hailed consistently by top players in NA for being so good at recognizing lines, for being so good at being creative. And he has been very creative today in his lines he's played and just been super consistent, very well-deserved win.
And I have to say, too, like, a lot of those top players are here, too, right? We've seen the skill level of players at Tactician's Crown immediately go up time after time after time. We talked about this earlier. A 5th-ranked player, I think, at Tactician's Crown 1 will be like 23rd, 22nd or something here at TC3.
Oh, you literally have probably the top-ranked player at TC1.
Yeah, exactly.
I would be in the 20s.
Yeah. Like, this is a huge distinction, and honestly, it's so amazing to be able to watch this level of TFT played in LAN.
Yeah, and here's the good news. We will be having a winner's interview here shortly, and I can't wait to talk to Pockygom. It's going to be so good. The absolute beast of a performance here in this last game. They both were level 7 until the last round, and so this game
level 7, but somehow 10 units on the board.
I don't know. It was insane. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This tournament has been so awesome, and all of these players deserve all of the credit and all of these plushies, right?
Yeah, everyone's going to get a plushie. We now know who's going to get what. We don't quite know who's going to get what amount of cash, but we know that something is going to be paid off pretty soon. I think by the time we do the interview, we'll have an idea of what exactly is going to be going down. But honestly, what an end to the day.
It's really nice when we get that 1v1 for the crown. That's not always how it works out with these point systems. You have, like, oh, we know the winner, like, around top 4. Getting that 1v1, especially with Pockygom being the one on 1 life, having to take those 2 wins, great ending to a great day of games.
No checkmate required here.
Nope.
We just were able to get there naturally, perfectly scripted.
Natural checkmate, even under point system.
Yeah.
Ideal.
And who's surprised, right? Bossoskills, Pockygom being the top 2. I mean, Bossoskills got 3rd at mid-set last week, and now has come back and taken 2nd here at this tournament. Oh, wait. Nope. They got 3rd at this tournament.
Oh.
Ramkev got 2nd. It was a tiebreaker, but.
No, I mean, there you go. But, yeah, no, definitely. This has been absolutely insane to be able to commentate. It's been insane to work with both of you that I've known for a long time. So this is just generally an enjoyable experience.
Casting on LAN is so much fun.
It's amazing.
This is our first time casting on LAN. Like you did TC1,
I
TC2.
did TC1, TC2, and some league stuff.
But for me and CLE, like this is our first time casting on LAN, and I think I can speak for you when I say this has been absolute blast.
Sure can. It has been so much fun. That last fight when we were watching right here, and they're a little bit ahead of us over there, and they start cheering. They know what's happening. And we're like, oh, this is it. We know who's going to win this game. And here's our final scoreboard for Tactician's Crown 3. Pockygom taking the top spot.
Yeah, and we'll shout out to Ramkev and Bosso for rounding out that top 3. Those 3 were pretty much the top 3 players to look at the whole day consistently. So those 3 being the top 3, not particularly surprising. Shout out to VOIDS1N, our reigning champion, for still having a respectable performance and getting that 6th. But we're going to get a little bit of an interview with our Tactician's Crown 3 champion, Mr. Pockygom.
I feel a little out of place, honestly, because I'm looking at TC1, TC3. I'm sure we can really
Phil?
Yeah, I was going to say we can get more. So I don't know where to even begin. So let's just start with the basics. How are you feeling about TFT on LAN? This is a very different experience than a lot of people play this game right now.
Yeah, I've had experience with TC2 and then Summit as well. So it's just significantly more fun. Like, even if it's like, I'm not too sure if there's that much of a competitive difference, but when it comes to like being around the people, getting to talk to them in between the games, it's a much better experience than just sitting in your room.
Well, I mean, when you lose at home, you're just like, oh,
Yeah,
well, I
you're
guess I'm
just
going to go get a
sitting,
snack, I'm
waiting
going to get some
around.
chips, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But here you get to pal around with folks, see how they're doing, and just generally be part of a wider ecosystem.
I noticed you weren't doing as much like IRL scouting this time
Yeah.
compared to the last one.
Yeah, I was taking it a bit more seriously this time because my main goal was to outplace Bossoskills.
Hey,
Hey, you did that. There you go. Yeah.
So it is what it is. I couldn't really like spend too much time just like leisuring around.
Yeah. Well, again, it's not just leisuring. It's trying to figure out what's on people's minds, getting inside their heads. Like, yeah, I don't need to look at my game. I'm seeing what's up with you. It seems pretty interesting over here.
I think my spots were also a little harder to just kind of
Oh,
like
you
walk
mean,
around
like, yeah,
because
yeah.
I remember in TC2 it's like I had like Rebel Deja on like 3-2 or something.
Oh, yes, I remember
So
this.
it was just like
You gave
don't
me
even need to
200
play the
200
game
gold,
at that point.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 200 gold roll down. My goodness, that was absolutely insane. And I was going to say, I think we have something for you that's being delivered by the Grand Marshal Gangley himself.
Oh? I get Aegon plushie. I'm also
Hey.
wearing Aegon's slippers
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
look, even
Th-
more
these are the
brand
one-
integration. Oh, my
I
God.
think you were the only one who actually put the slippers on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
mine are still safely in the bag.
I think everyone's still in the bag except for Bossoskills. He took it out and just kind of like not wearing it.
See-
I think it's the diff.
Yeah. Oh, it was definitely a diff. Yeah. Yeah. When you get merch at a LAN tourney, wear it. It's a tourney buff. I think
Yeah.
that's what we've learned.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, I'm going to be wearing my slippers while I'm working on Monday. So just generally, it's a good way to keep the energy of the land going.
I will wear them on my recital. I
There
don't
you
care. I'm
go.
going to be wearing
There
a
you
fancy
go.
dress, and it's going to be so out of place. No. It's an IRL buff.
Okay, so I guess I do have to ask you, Pocky, like, what is next for you right now? Like, do you want to shout out anyone? Like, where are you looking to go as we're starting to move into 8.5?
So for me, I've been taking a break from like competitive. I kind of ended up grinding one of the most in set 8 for some reason. Like I just didn't have much else to do. So I was just playing a lot of ladder games. And I might come back
Oh.
for 8.5.
Can we get a clip of that really
Pause
quickly?
champ?
Just so that way we
there
can
might
know
be a
everyone's
chance.
knowing?
And getting this like first tier is like it's a boost of the confidence. I still got it, you know. I feel like if I did place at 8, I would be like one of the top anyway. Because I put in a lot of like time just playing the game and actually studying it. I just didn't play in the tournament.
So yeah, any final shout outs you want to give?
I mean, shout outs to Dan for always like moving us around, taking care of like all the New York homies. And otherwise, I mean, shout outs to Bossoskills. Like I've been chatting with him a lot, and his entire like Showtime sucks server. Like
Can't confirm Showtime sucks.
it's really helpful like just talking with them, and like I try to help them as much as I can. So big shout outs to that entire group, like Stellar Mini, all the others.
So I think with that, it's pretty safe to say Tri-State keeps the crown. New York keeps the crown at this point. So please, round of applause there. New Jersey will one day find a champion of its own, but at least we were able to keep it far away from everyone who's been coming far and wide to our humble Tri-State. So congratulations so much to you, Pocky. And just really quickly, congratulations to everyone that participated, organized our production, our commentators who have come from far and wide just to make sure this event is as strong as possible. It is always an immense pleasure to work with Gangley in order to be able to put these events on. It was great to finally commentate with you as opposed to just talking about commentary theory on Discord, so that's always very nice. And just generally too, I am ecstatic I was able to cast alongside Jack in person for the first time, and we've been working remotely so long. So this is a plethora of amazing things going on, and frankly, I don't want it to end.
It sadly has to at some point, but it's been an absolute pleasure getting to cast on LAN for the first time, getting to hang out with people again, meet a bunch of people that I saw at TC2. Like we met Pocky, we had the Triforce Tactics meetup, and meet a bunch of new people like Bosso, Kevijo, Stellar Minhee. This is the first time we've seen them at this LAN, and getting to have so much TFT talent, being in the same room as so much TFT talent has been just absolutely amazing, and getting the privilege of commentating over it has been so much fun.
Yeah, to call this a meeting of minds, I feel like is almost a bit of an understatement, because again, you get all these amazing perspectives coming on, and through there, this is really how you are able to grow the level of skill in your region, right? You're able to say, hey, this is absolutely amazing. You're figuring out strategies, you're picking people's brains as you're kind of going through it all. It can get very impressive overall. So again, I just can't stress this enough. This has been absolutely amazing. Yeah, and I think with that, though, I think we sort of exhausted all the things we can talk about. So I suppose with that, if that's all there is to say, once more, thank you, Gangly. Thank you, CLE. Thank you, that one, Dan. Thank you, Soa. Thank you, Riley. Congratulations, Pocky, and everyone that has showed up here to TC3. I'm Protroid. That's Riley. Everyone else is somewhere else. Good night.